Hello YouTube, Liverpool fan in Japan, and Miyazaki Man Sai. So this is going to be two videos in one. We overcame Sheffield United 3-1 at Anfield. It was much harder than we anticipated. And whilst I do the quick roundup of the post-match review of that particular match, we're going to go into Man United against Liverpool, the big match at one of the final banana skins of our triumphant final chapter of Jurgen Klopps' reign. Let's get into it. You guys must have been as surprised as I was to see Ryan Gravenberch starting the matches. This was a show of faith from Jurgen Klopp, trying to play his way back into form, having a useful asset off the bench. Ryan Gravenberch driving through the lines, penetrating the midfield, but unfortunately it was a very mixed display. Sure, he got his foot on the ball. Lucio Diaz absolutely rinsed their right hand side, our left hand side, got the ball to Gravenberch, scuffed the shot, gave the ball away a lot of the times, but once again, he's a young player coming back from injury, playing his way back into the team, getting familiarity with the team. He didn't have much of a pre-season with Liverpool. I think you can only really judge Ryan Gravenberch from next season onwards. And we bought him not because of the player he is right now. Although, saying that, to get into a Jurgen Klopp team, starting 11 member, you must really have something about you and impress in training, because it wouldn't be easy, right? But additionally, we bought him for the player that we hope that he'll become, an absolute monster of a player. Still so young, right? Give him time, 3-4 years down the line. Let's see where Ryan Gravenberch ends up. However, we got lucky with opener. Darwin Nunez' endeavour, flying, kung fu kick, no look, reverse underfoot shot, no look into the goal, chasing it, hassling, and giving a goalkeeper a little push right at the end. That's our Darwin Nunez, agent of chaos. Had him in my fantasy football team. Darwinho, love it. And a quick word to Evan Ferguson, gave a little interview as well, building his perfect striker. Look at this one ensemble, right? Harry Kane, Mbappe, Akinfenwa, Rooney. Nunez is the only one that called out twice. Movement and off the ball work. Work rate, my goodness. Agent of Chaos, #1 in Japan. And also a quick word from Mo Salah as well, throwing a strop, being subbed off. Of course he's going to throw a strop. You know why? He's Mo Salah. He wants to win. He wants to score. He wants to assist. He wants to do well, play well every match. How competitive he is. He wins at ping pong. He wins at chess. He's a little bit jaded. He came back from quite a severe injury, right? And he's of that age as well. But more importantly, he's 2 off the golden boot. He wants to win the Premier League top scorer, 2 away from Haaland. Haaland isn't hitting all trumps at the moment. Salah wanted those goals. Sheffield United, Anfield, bottom of the table. Final 20 minutes, they're tiring. Salah was like, I can do this. Get me a hat-trick. I'm on top, baby. And off he goes. That's why he's miffed. He'll get those goals against United. So whilst the game itself was pretty comfortable in terms of dominating possession, however, they got back into it with another scruffy goal. Conor Bradley, very unlucky, deflected off him through Kelleher as well. Nothing can do about that. It happens, but it's that kind of day where you think so much possession, over 80% possession, right? And could we come away with just a point? No, we had the firepower off the bench. As usual this season, it was the subs that made the difference. I think Jurgen Klopp has had the most goal metric impact off the bench of any team in the world. In the world. Well, at least in high leagues, right? I can't say in the world. In the highest tier of football. Harvey Elliott off the bench, right? Scores, assist. When Darwin Nunez or Gakpo comes on, Gakpo got his goal as well. Gakpo is coming good, playing his way back into form. We need to see it, right? Mac Allister, I love the fact in the post-match interview, he specifically called out Gakpo and said, put some respect in his name, man. Leave him out of the media spotlight in terms of harassment. Sure, look, constructive criticism is okay. You can see it, I can see it, everyone can see what happens on the pitch. But racism and abuse and flame and toxicity is not needed in our fan base, because these are our players giving it their all, and we're going to need him. I said we're going to need him in the running this season, because Klopp and Linders, without a doubt, will look to Gakpo as the first forward member, the experienced forward member to come on and make an impact. And we should rally behind him and get behind him, because look what he did, right? He secured the points in the bag. Precision crossing from Andy Robertson. Gakpo head on the ball, in it goes. Now these were the 3 keys as to why we came back and why we actually won. In comeback terms, I mean why we won the game, why we came back into prominence and to the top of the table as well, not in terms of going behind, because we didn't go behind. Precision crossing. Andy Robertson. Beautiful left-footed peach of a cross. He is now the all-time Premier League top assist maker from fullback position, 1 ahead of Trent Alexander-Arnold, which gives Trent incentive when he comes back to really hit the ground running and get those assists. Maybe I don't know if he gets some goals as well, but get some assists to get back even with Robbo. Trent, albeit, is a lot younger than Robbo, and he'll probably be here for longer, so he will probably win that race at the end. But you know, it's good to see. Additionally, not only pinpoint crossing from the left, but pinpoint crossing from the right. Harvey Elliott picked out Robbo at the back post. Now this is what I really like to see. Precision passing literally means moving the ball in such a way that you make up the mind of the receiver just by the way you hit the ball. You float the ball, the spin on the ball, the dip on the ball, the trajectory of the ball, where you expect the player to come onto it means he has to hit it first time. Robbo just doesn't have the technique to hit it, flash it across goal. He tried to go near post. Wide of mark. Robbo, I don't know, he's just not a scorer, is he? Yeah, he's not a Risa, he's not an Aurelio, he's not Roberto Carlos. But he's Andy Robertson. He's right in there for the best Premier League defenders of all time on left back position, alongside Ashley Cole probably, right? I don't know why people in hindsight say Ashley Cole is by far the best. Look at Robbo's statistics, man, and he's a beast defensively, offensively, top assist maker. There, I said it. Apart from pinpoint crossing, incisive running. Now this is where Gakpo comes in. As soon as Gakpo entered the fray, he knew exactly the runs to make, and he did it with aplomb, with passion. He sprinted, he made those hard yards, he tracked back as well. Incisive running. Gakpo really made an influence on and off the ball. That cushioned header down, beautiful. You know, I love me some confidence in our Liverpool players. Cody Gakpo, young, prominent forward, off the bench. He knows that Darwin Nunez is #1 this season. It can't be easy for him mentally, right? And all the criticism from the media and social media. But doesn't matter. He's our player and we're top of the table, and Cody Gakpo scored to secure the points. Additionally, not just that, the substitutes, right? So Curtis Jones coming back. What a baller. Alexis Mac Allister and Curtis Jones are our most comfortable ball takers in the midfield. It's like seeing that prime Barcelona with Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets. Just get the ball, Messi in there as well. Just get the ball, and you know for sure they're going to control it under the spell on the sixpence and do something with it. They've got a vision, they've got the balance to shift it, receive it, shift it, move, dribble away out of trouble, dribble away past the opposition, do whatever they want in the ball, right? Szoboszlai is kind of different. He's a power midfielder, power forward with his play on the foot on the ball. Harvey Elliott is a little bit silky, a little bit more of a technical dribbler with the left foot, low centre of gravity, low centre of balance as well. But Curtis Jones and Alexis Mac Allister are the ones you want on the ball in the middle of the pitch in any position. Somewhat Endo as well, but Endo plays more of a simple game because he's Cody, Emperor Endo of mankind. I think Curtis Jones is very, very important. Has he played his way into starting 11 contention against Man United? Yet to be seen, but he's a huge asset and we're really, really going to need him. He is an absolute baller. He is basically Iniesta at the early stages. Not as good as Andres Iniesta, because Iniesta, wow, one of the top tier players of all time. Had his spell in Kobe Vassell as well in Japan. He didn't play that well really, but you know, legend in Japan. Go on, son. Yeah, I digressed a little bit. So hopefully the subs, pinpoint passing and accuracy, and decisive running are the key factors that we bring into the Man United game. And Alexis Mac Allister, just a word on him before we move on. Wow. Basically, he is now our talisman. We look to him to get the move going. He wins the ball back for us. He is the one against Nottingham Forest that had the composure to dink it into Darwin Nunez, pick him out, not hit him with hope, pick him out to finish with aplomb. He's the one we look to score the long-range goals, to shooting from outside the box, to play the through ball to Salah to score the goal. He is always the one that makes the impact and difference. He is becoming truly, truly world-class. And we already knew that he, you know, is a good player, right? You have to be a good player to start the World Cup final alongside Enzo Fernandez and Rodrigo de Paul, playing alongside Messi. Messi actually really likes playing alongside Alexis Mac Allister. And he's not just a water carrier. He is a jack of all trades with high caliber in every single position. The 6, the 8, the 10. Creative playmaking ability, passing ability, crossing ability, shooting ability. And he always looks so much in control. He doesn't rush it. He's a cool ginger ninja and he does it in his own way. I love it. Alexis Mac Allister, one of the top players of this season for Liverpool. I will do a top players for Liverpool this season, and Alexis Mac Allister is definitely in that top 3 conversation, but there's other 2 players who are worthy of our call as well. And we know big boss man Van Dijk at the end of the day, his quality is there to see. But yeah, we'll get into that video another time. Apart from that, Klopp made perfect substitutions. I like the fact that Chris Wilder at the end went over to Klopp in the mixed zone area and said, I truly, truly hope you win it now. I think Klopp's had a personal issue with him beforehand, but it's dead and buried, right? Wilder, thank you for the kind words. And yeah, Sheffield United, keep on plugging away. It was a good performance. They turned up to play. They turned up to graft. They turned up to give it a go. 6 at the back. Why not? But they got the goal. They got a goal that somehow their defensive display deserved. But our firepower off the bench really turned the tides, and we really needed that because top of the table again, put pressure on Arsenal, Man City. They play before us this weekend. They play tonight. In fact, it'll be a very, very early morning for me. Try and check it out if I can. However, I think Liverpool are well placed now against Man United. Did you see that Sky Sports 6-1 prediction? My goodness, I don't like to get ahead of myself here because every time I anticipate that we'll trounce someone, it's one of those cagey affairs that really needs an opening goal before we can trounce them. And if we don't get an opening goal, it'd be a dire affair. It could swing either way. They were really, really lucky in the FA Cup to come away with that. It could have gone either way, but just we didn't finish off our chances. We're definitely the dominant team, and they have a lot of injury concerns. Not that we don't have injury concerns. Thiago Alcantara, Bajcetic, Matip, lots of players out, right? But I think the predicted 11s for both United and Liverpool are pretty straightforward, bearing 1 or 2 potential injury or decisions from the managers. So let's get into tactics. So let's start with the Man United lineup, the home team. I think it pretty much picks itself except from one, maybe two choices. So straight away, Onana, pick up the ball, right out your net, Onana. And we're looking at Wan-Bissaka, Obi-Wan, Dalot on the left. Now, I think Kambuala has to play, right? Because all the injury concerns. Johnny Evans out injured, Varane out injured. Lindelof is 50-50. If Lindelof is fit, I think he comes in here. But obviously, Lord Harold of Maguire, shoring their back line, making us laugh. But don't diss Harry Maguire. He is one of the YouTube GOATs of all time. That comedic value that he adds to content creation, unparalleled. Watch Harry Maguire highlights on YouTube. Highly recommended. Mainu, so this is the good old 4-2-3-1 formation. However, it's going to be very, very deep, isn't it? They're going to lie deep. They're going to try and hit us to counter-attack, sucker punch us. McDonald's is here. Tom Yangung. McTominay. McTominay, right? McTominay. Oh, good on McTominay. The expert of the last moment goals. For and against. In the winger position at the top of the diamond. In this case, not shunted out into his wing position. You're going to have Bruno Fernandes, right? Bruno Fernandes here in his number 10 position, floating around. Hopefully doesn't dive too much. Best endeavours. He gets his foot on the ball, scuffs some shots over the bar. He is a bit of a threat. He's their most creative player. He works hard at least, but he always has a good whinge. Rashi comes... Can't spell today, recovered. Rashford comes straight back in. He had a little spell on the bench. Some Man United fans didn't want him coming off the bench. 300,000 smackers a week. Rashford. Love to see that effort, that intense running, tracking back. Love to see it. And then obviously Garnacho. Now Garnacho's facial imagery is very, very funny. His expressions is quite interesting. A bit of a Latino flair, right? But yeah, can't doubt him. He's a pretty good player. And up front, Rasmus Højlund. They're taking a liking to Rasmus because they've got to hold on to something this season, right? But really, they do have some good youngsters in the team. Højlund, Garnacho, Mainu as well, Kambuala. I don't know really if what his caliber is like, but he's thrust in and they lost a match. However, he comes in most likely unless Lindelof is injured. Mainu and McTominay will shield the back four and run around. Dalot will try to go as well. Wan-Bissaka has the pace, but he's not really proficient on the ball. Bruno Fernandes, they're going to basically try to stretch the game, hit us on the counter-attack. Højlund making those runs so Garnacho can cut inside as well. Rashford will always cut inside, so you might see a Bruno Fernandes going around the outside where he's not the most effective on that wing position. But look, the issue is they've got lots of long-range shooters, and on any given day they can fly into the back of net. So I'm not going to be as pretentious to say that we're going to absolutely stuff them 6-1 like Sky Sports is saying. However, we really should be having a go at this team because it's not a strong team and they're not really playing well. And under Ten Hag, who everyone's 50-50 on whether they want to keep him or not, and the main argument for keeping him is they don't want to pay the £14 million it takes to get rid of him and his staff. And who actually wants to come to Man United that's better than Ten Hag or give him time? But Southgate, go on Gaza. Yeah, I digress a little bit, but yeah, ultimately it's just standard 4-2-3-1 formation. Keep it tight. Rashford didn't get track back so much. Garnacho does, to be fair. Come up and down the line. Mainu will dash into those positions as well. McTominay will try to find himself in half positions. It's likely that we leave the opening gaps to Wan-Bissaka and McTominay on the ball. Mark out Bruno Fernandes. Make sure Rashford can't cut inside because he's just not effective going around the outside. And Højlund really needs to work a yard of space to shoot on goal. But when he's against the likes of Konate and Van Dijk and Quansel, whoever, they really have his number. I don't think he's going to make too much of an impression saying that. Could be a last man sliding across. I hope the ball doesn't get slid across for him to shoot with aplomb. And overall, yeah, they're not going to play high line because Harold and Maguire has no pace, and Dalot is a little bit lackluster in terms of concentration. Garnacho can be a threat, but we hopefully can marginalise him with Andy Robertson or whoever's on the left. It might be Gomez. So yeah, that will be the United team, and let's get into the good stuff. Let's get into Liverpool. So let's just switch this around. We got that one, that guy starts higher, central. Okay, so some names we can pen in straight away. Queeve Kelleher, fantastic. He's going to be playing more games than Alisson Becker this season if, you know, current form stays true and Alisson's working his way back to fitness. And we're top of the table. Kelleher, you've done us proud. Draco Malfoy of the Japan fans, we love you, Kelleher. Van Dijk comes straight in as well. Big Verge, probably our player of the season so far. Emperor Endo, the big E for the big game, rest against Sheffield, because we're going to need him to have a big game, turn them over, win the ball back from Bruno Fernandes, snuff out his influence, do not let him dive. He knows how to win the ball clean, Endo, and he won't be taking no shiz from Fernandes at all. In front of him, one of the spots filled by Mac Allister. Mac Allister has been so good, in fact, that he's taken the right side, the 8 slot, off of Szoboszlai because of the fact that he's just creating so much here. He can shoot, he can assist, he can pass, he can play through the lines. Mo Salah taken off early, definitely starts. Hopefully he can get his goals because he's not far off Haaland. Let's see what Haaland can do this weekend. But Salah has a legitimate chance to win the Premier League top scorer this season. 2 off the top. Lucho Diaz, Mercurial winger, cutting inside. Absolute monster. Dribbling monster. 99 rated. Absolute monster. Please finish the first chance you get, and then he'll probably end up with 2 or so. We know our number 1 striker, our ace striker, the ace, the agent of chaos, Darwin Nunez with the fish. He is the best. He'll be fishing for goals. He'll be sniffing goals. Gakpo scores against United. Nunez scored against United. Firmino scored against United. Salah scored against United. Let's get loads and loads of goals against United. I really, really want Jurgen Klopp to do United in. 7-0 was under Jurgen Klopp. Could it be 8? I don't know. I'm not going to be pretentious to say that again. I would be happy with a 2-1 or scruffy 1-0 or our favourite score, 3-1. 3-1. But 3-1's always dodgy because it's always 1-1 and then we come up with 2 late goals. So let's just have a comfortable 2-0. 2-0. That will do me. Okay, so who fits into the other slots? So this is where the decision making comes in. If Konate is fit and that wild, reckless challenge, and the guy dived afterwards to try and win a penalty and the referee waved over no dive, but then look back at the foul. If he's fit, bring in Konate because he is without a doubt undisputed WWE champion, wrestling champion of the world. No, that's WWE. Konate is our best pairing with Van Dijk, in the absence of Matip as well. Power, precision, shuffling Højlund off. Rashford, can he get in behind? Konate is just as fast, I presume. If he's not injured or injury note, bring Konate in. And even if you have to risk him slightly, Quansah is a more than able backup. Quansah played well against United last round. In fact, Quansah always plays well. But I want Konate in Old Trafford to silence the crowd because he's just man-mountain, man-beast. Konate with Van Dijk. Whew, you would not want to face Van Dijk and Konate. Gabriel and Saliba, sure, quality this season, but I still think Van Dijk and Konate better. Right hand side, United are very, very vulnerable to the cutback, right? Down the line and cut it back to the edge of the area, and we'll go into tactics slightly soon. So I would really, really like to see Conor Bradley here. However, Bradley scoring their own goal and played lots and lots of minutes, and the senior pairing is Robertson and Gomez. So Gomez can start left back or he can start right back. He's not going to start centre back and he's not going to start at 6. A lot of the web feeling is that Gomez will start this match because obviously he didn't play all the games recently. However, I would like to see Conor Bradley for the ability to cut it back because he's more of an offensive threat down the channel, whereas Gomez is better at forming that base next to Endo. Now, if we want control and we want possession, we play Gomez. If we want out gen press, gung-ho attack, then we play Conor Bradley. I have a feeling for this particular game, he goes with Gomez at right back against Rashford, and he goes with Robertson because Robertson came on. Duracell Bunny absolutely made the difference. His libido must be sky high, you know, getting up and down. Robertson, love it. Scottish Braveheart, Scottish gusto, not Malo gusto. In which case, this is the other choice here: Curtis Jones or Dominic Szoboszlai. Dominic Szoboszlai coming back from injury as well. I think Szoboszlai was a bit jaded after his exits at the start of the season. I think Salah was a bit jaded after playing so many minutes and coming back from injury as well. Harvey Elliott is a choice, but he played right hand side, which means that Mac Allister will start left. Gravenberch Birch won't start this game. I'm pretty sure Gravenberch Birch won't start this game. Curtis Jones is really one of our players of the season. At the start of the season, before his injuries, he always gets those niggles as well. Jones for control, Dominic Szoboszlai for physical prowess and long-range shooting ability. Curtis Jones to link up with Lucho Diaz, and Robertson is tasty, but he's just coming back from injury, but he had a good Camaro appearance and he hold the ball. Now at Old Trafford, you always want to hold the ball in high positions, which means Mac Allister and Jones just make sense to me. It's just when he's fully fit or not, and just because of that regard, I think Jones comes off the bench. So Domi Slobbers, Hungarian superstar Dominic Szoboszlai to hit a goal, to get a goal in this fixture. I think he will at least have a decent shot of getting a goal in this fixture because of how deep they sit and his ability to break the lines against Mainu and McTominay. Szoboszlai's extra added pace to get in amongst them. But there's so many players who can score. Lucho Diaz, Nunez, Salah, Szoboszlai, Mac Allister, as he's shown. Even Endo and Van Dijk can score. Now, I really think they're vulnerable to the cutback. So a lot of times, I'm really, really expecting to see this so many times. The ball from Robertson out to Lucho Diaz. Lucho Diaz cuts in, as he always does here. Robertson bombs forward, which means Szoboszlai covers, and Szoboszlai is really, really good at covering this space here, right? Which means Nunez at the back post, Salah just behind there as well, Mac Allister for anything that drops, Endo pressing in, Van Dijk, Konate shuffling the space, and Gomez as an outlet option on the wide right hand side, or forming the base with Endo, something like that, right? If Robertson can get to this position, Man United have been done in so many times by lesser teams with a cutback and a shot across goal. So many times. It could work on the other side as well. Now, I don't expect Gomez to go up and down as much as Conor Bradley would do, because Gomez has actually got good delivery from this kind of position, right? His delivery has improved a lot. But I would love to see a Mac Allister go around the outside, because he actually can do this. Precision passing. If the pass to Nunez is not on, you pass it back to Salah in this position, and Salah shoots across goal or slides Nunez in. He's very good at sliding someone in or shooting cross goal. I don't want to see a feeble effort, a weak effort. I want to see with pace, with intent at goal or sliding across Nunez. Nunez, Diaz, in which case Robertson will be somewhere around here, okay? Because those cutbacks have been absolutely demolishing United in recent weeks, and I want to see it. I really, really want to see it. Whether it's Mac Allister there or Salah going around the outside. Salah going around the outside, in which case it'll be Nunez kind of here, Diaz on the back post, Mac Allister waiting for anything that drops alongside Szoboszlai. You're talking this kind of positions maybe. And the Endo backing up Konate, Van Dijk squeezing into play. Now we hopefully will not be caught out on the counter-attack, because Konate and Gomez are pacey. They're hard to be beaten by pace by Rashford. Similarly, Van Dijk and Robertson are hard to be beaten by pace by Garnacho as well. And the Bruno Fernandes influence, I hope, will be snuffed out by Endo, which means it's going to be a Szoboszlai Mac Allister against Mainu and McTominay, and Cambuala at their back against Nunez. I don't know how fast this kid is. I really don't know too much about this particular prospect. But I would say having that Harold of Maguire and the youngster next to Dalot and Wan-Bissaka against Nunez, Salah and Diaz, I really, really would be surprised if just experience and the quality and the pace and the technique and shooting prowess and physicality and our form do not manage to open United up at least once. I don't want to say the phrase like, I'll eat my sock, because socks with a bit of barbecue sauce ain't too bad. I wasn't going to say that socks aren't tasty. Barbecue sauce tastes good and everything. Put some teriyaki sauce, some sukiyaki sauce, it's all good. However, it would be really, really painful if we cannot score against this Man United team. This lineup here has shooting prowess to the brim, and you haven't even looked at the bench options to who we can bring on, right? Tsimikas can whip a quality ball in. Bradley will go up and down the line for days. Curtis Jones is a baller who can facilitate the link-up play. We have so much talent in this squad. Gravenberch can come on to break the lines if necessary, if Szoboszlai's getting tired. Gakpo can come on, and he scored those 2 beautiful goals against United. Maybe United is the team that he always scores against. He can make a difference as well. I want Salah to have his shooting boots on, because we really need Salah to hit form coming to the final few games towards the end of the season, because Salah, despite it all, is our biggest threat, our top goal scorer. Him linking up with the agent of chaos, him and Nunez. Come on, boys, you can do it. I really, really expect us to break the lines here, and Konate probably to break the lines and go through the midfield, sitting alongside Endo. When you've got this kind of lineup here, with Van Dijk being the singular cover, right? Offside, trap line, Van Dijk is the one you want. Maybe Gomez and Konate are pretty decent at that too. But Szoboszlai and Mac Allister with the box, with Konate and Endo. Konate running through Endo, holding the base with Van Dijk. You could even have, if this was Matip, that would be beautiful, right? But Mac Allister playing the balls in and behind the lines to a Nunez here, which means for days, everyone dunk in, jump in, and see what happens. Mac Allister similarly dinking it with left foot or right foot to the back post, whether it's a Nunez or Szoboszlai darting in, or a Lucho Diaz darting in. The rotational options are immense in this particular lineup. I mean, you might even see Szoboszlai go onto the right and Mac Allister go onto the left to facilitate the short ball passing game, and Szoboszlai with the crossing from wide right. The crossing potential of a Gomez and a Szoboszlai are absolutely immense, and Nunez is really, really good at hustling and fighting. He's like Cavani in that regard. In fact, Nunez is really much a hybrid of Cavani and Suarez, except for Suarez has that close ball control, dirt street dribble that just not many players have. Come on, Salah, get the goals, cut inside as well. Which is why I really like to see a Bradley coming in to proper go down the lines and really, really go at them. But I completely understand if it is your Gomez sitting alongside the 6th position, Konate driving up into the 6th position, Endo sitting into the 6th position, or even pressing higher up, right? There's a world where Endo, Mac Allister and Szoboszlai would be hassling Mainu and McTominay in their line of 6. So let's see what happens. Really, really optimistic. Make sure you dropping a like really helps the channel. We're hitting almost like 2,000 views every single video. I am blessed. I'm so thankful. The house is progressing well. My little man, the mushroom boy, is starting the new term, new kindergarten with a plum. He's happy. His little girlfriend there. He's only 4 years old, but he's got a little fangirls in there as well. Everyone's having a great time over here. Hope you guys are enjoying too. Let's enjoy the weekend of football coming up with Saturday first. Arsenal, Man City drop points. Who knows? Could happen. Come on, Brighton, De Zerbi. Do us the favour. Do the job for us, baby. And yeah, Miyazaki Man Ichiban. Subscribe if you haven't already. Lots of quality content coming up. Till next time, let's enjoy the match. Arigato minasan. Kitsukite means take care. Peace.